Welcome back to Fusili Chemicals and the Open Synthesizer. Today we're going to be synthesizing nitroglycerin. So, I made a previous video about another chemical compound that is used in artillery shells and explosive equipment. And I mentioned in that video that that chemical was not to be confused with nitroglycerin, or the chemical that is used in dynamite. Nowadays, the usage has evolved ever since its first invention by Alfred Nobel back in the 19th century. So today, this drug is used to treat chest pain or angina. And I'm not going to go into the weeds on what exactly it does to treat the chest pain, but we do manufacture this drug for exactly that purpose alone. Now, there are some proprietary company knowledge or company information that I cannot divulge to you guys about how we distribute this chemical. However, I'm only here to show you guys how we actually manufacture it. So, as you guys can see over here, we have a lot of water molecules we've used here. So really, we've only used about 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 types of precursors. So namely, we used butylene, we used butanol, we used water, and we used hydrazine to construct this compound or this chemical. So over here we have a bunch of instructions that tells the Waldos what exactly to do. So for this precursor over here, that formic acid, so that's another one, formic acid, we swung it essentially to make use of these 2 oxygen molecules, which would be attached to this nitrogen molecule over here, which attaches to the final structure. And you guys can see over here in the later, so what Waldo's 2 and 6 does is they just simply trim the fat from those hydrazine molecules, and one corrects this double bond over here. So as I wind them, as you can see, it slowly but surely increments or gets the molecules in place. And so Waldo 4 over here in the end brings it back, and we have a completed product over here, nitroglycerin. So this roughly takes around 2,279 cycles to complete our quota of 120 of these molecules. And we used 17 modules with 70 symbols. So that's what we used. So that's really it to nitroglycerin. There's nothing much for me to say about this compound apart from the fact that it was one of the most significant inventions ever made in humanity's history, as well as one of the most destructive ones that we've made as well. One of the most detrimental to the environment as well, because this is still used in today's society, in today's world. Especially when it comes to some forms of fishing. So dynamite fishing is a common tactic that fishermen use in Asia to obtain fish. And they use this by bombing corals and then harvesting the dead fish that arise from those explosions. And of course, it's a very destructive practice, and it's very detrimental to the environment because it leads to some biome upheaval. So, apart from those uses, of course, there have been some significant use for dynamite, such as ore extraction. Of course, and such ore extraction leads to our modern world today. So, apart from all that, there's nothing really much to say about nitroglycerin. So that's really it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.